Okay, we're going to talk about the All About Ratios foldable. I don't think that we quite put it like we needed to, so you're just going to have to fold it in a hamburger fold.
How do you go part A to part B?
We can't, so that it's not going to work out, so we're just going to have to leave it like this, and you can either glue it to a sheet of paper or you can just punch holes in the side, and that will be fine to go ahead and put it in your notebook. So we need to start right here with the 3 forms of ratios, okay? So all of this is just review. You should have had it in 6th grade. It's just kind of a refresher, a 5-10 minute refresher on the forms of ratios and what kind of things they are. So first things first, the 3 forms of ratios, okay? So you can write ratios as 3 forms. The first one can be written in words, so like 1 apple to 3 oranges. Okay, so that's the word 2. Then you can also write it as with a colon. So 1 apple, colon, 3 oranges. Okay, and then our last way is as a fraction, 1 apple to 3 oranges. Okay, so there's your just 3 different ways you can write a ratio. Okay, the second side talks about 2 ratio relationships. Okay, so we kind of have talked about this in the first unit when we were talking about fractions, but 2 ratio relationships. The first one is going to be part to part. Okay, and the second one, so this would be like the apples to oranges. Okay, and then the part to whole relationship is the second one, okay, and that would be like 1 apple to 4 fruit, so it gives you a total, okay. So a part to whole, part to part, and part to whole are your 2 ratio relationships, okay. If you move down here, it breaks it into 2 categories, so it slides this ratio down into 2 categories. It can't all fit on the screen, but we're going to start with the left-hand side. And the left-hand side is a comparison. The ratio breaks into a comparison of the same measures. Okay, so a comparison of the same measures, which is what we were talking about, the ratio relationships. It's going to be your part-to-part measure. So the apple to orange measure, and you can write, I'm going to write and then your other measure is the part to whole relationship. Okay, so on the opposite side, this is a comparison of the same measures. This is going to be a comparison of different measures. So a comparison of different measures. Okay, so a comparison of different measures. So I'm going to give this in a couple of different ways. It's going to be a rate, which could be pounds to ounces, or, you know, there could be a couple of different ways that you could do it. So, but that'll be the primary one that we talk about. Okay. Or the opposite, the other one is going to be a unit rate. So a unit rate could be a mile per hour or price per gallon. So I'm going to write the example on a price per gallon here. So when we go to the pump to buy gas, The price of gas does not change while we're pumping our gas. It's the same price before and throughout your purchase. So like the price per gallon is $2.49 a gallon. So for 1 gallon it's $2.49. For 1.5 gallons, it's half of another gallon added to your price for the first gallon. So that's a unit rate. It's per one. Okay, you can a variety of ways. So that's going to fill that out. Okay, so I'm going to give you the second handout here in just a second. It is the Unit 3 vocabulary page. Okay, so put this, 3-hole punch this, and put it in your notebook.